Hey, this is Rich's Mowers and Blowers. Psh! Hey, and we got that customer's Toro Recycler 22 where the self-propelled wasn't working. So we had to order the wheels for that, get that going. So your Toro Recycler 22-inch personal pace is not self-propelled any longer. So let's go ahead and take a look at what could be the problem. So on this particular one, if you look back here, you'll find your model number. So there we go. It's 20332, and this is a 2009 version. So there are different ones and different years, so make sure you get that year right. And then what we can see is the wheels are all wore out, and underneath here is where we're gonna find our problem. So what you need is a 1/2-inch socket to get that wheel off, and then we will be able to see what the problem is going on in there. Alright, so we're propping up the wheel here a little bit. We'll get our 1/2-inch socket on there, and we will see if we can get that off. Because once you take this off, that will actually fall right off and go right down to the ground. Because what's holding it up is that nut right there. So that will go right in there like that. Alright, so once we get that off, because that will drop right down to the ground and we want it lifted up a little bit. So as you can see, here is what the problem is. So they have a metal gear and they have a plastic gear, and then once it gets a little worn out, it'll start stripping out this plastic gear, and then your self-propelled will not work. And these are fabricated right in there, so it's not something you're probably going to take out. Can they come out? Yes. Can you buy just this little black piece? Yes. But it's, the wheels wore out anyways, so it's just better just to replace the whole wheel. And we're going to go ahead and replace this metal gear. You're going to need to get the snap ring off. Use a pair of pliers or a tool that made to get snap rings off. And our new ones came in the mail today, so excellent timing. We can see how good and sharp these edges are compared to how this is. So once again, with your model number and what year it is, you'll be able to order the right wheel for that. And so this came in a kit, and it came with the metal gears also. There is a model number on that metal gear, which is 1154668. That's what it looks like from inside the bag. So if you have one of these snap ring removers, you can just place those in there like that, squeeze that, and pull that snap ring right off without having it fly halfway across wherever you're working and then you can't find it. So it works that simple. and this will just slide right off. So you should be able to pull that right off with a little persuasion, one-handed persuasion here. See, it'll come right off just like that. And that one does have 1154668 written on it. So let's go ahead and install our new ones. And then you can take a little brush and kind of get some of the rust off of there. And then we put a little WD-40 on it after I brushed some of the rust off. It goes right on there. So then all we have to do is put our snap ring back on there, and we'll be good on this one. If you guys don't have one of these for snap rings, I suggest you do, because it is so much easier than just a pair of needle nose pliers, because that thing goes shooting across the room and you can't find it. We're all back good on that side. Let's go ahead and do the other side. So we got this taken off. We're going to take our little brush and some WD-40 and clean that off. Alright, we got that cleaned up. Got that snap ring back on there. So we're going to, this is on the sunny side, so we are going to look at this a little bit closer. So here's what you got here. Now if this falls out, as it did on this side, the other side it didn't fall out, you're going to put that back in there. So it's going to fall out again anyway. So let's just look at this. So this is going to go on here. This little backing right there is going to line up with this. So that's how that's going to go on there, just like that. And as you can see, that's going to go in there, and you need that washer. I'm going to say washer bushing in there to hold that plastic thing. Otherwise, it's going to be wobbling like that. I've brought them into my shop and they're wobbling, and the people have taken off the wheel, lost the little washer, and put that on there, and then this breaks and cracks, and then you end up replacing one of these things. So make sure your washer spacer bushing is in there when you go to put that on. So I go ahead and line that up there. I got that on there, and it takes two hands to do it, but I'm going to hold that up there, put that wheel up, line up your little sprockets here, and you're going to slide the bolt in and just hand tighten it. So once you got that lined up down in there, if we can see that, not sure if you can or not, but got that lined up in there, and then we're just going to hand tighten that nut on there. And it is good. Gonna finish it off. So we got this lined up there. Everything's lined up good. You can feel that gears are hitting each other, meshing up nice. So this is going to be a nice, strong, back to normal self-propelled. So next, the customer wants to do a little oil change, sharpen the blade, and it seems to start on the 5th or 7th pull. So we're going to go ahead and take this off and clean the carburetor, make sure that's all good. The air filter, I did have that off looking at it, and it is pretty clean, so we can blow that out and probably reuse that one. So let's go ahead and get it set down for the oil change. So we're gonna go ahead and check the oil before we do this oil change, see what kind of condition that's in. Not too bad. So we are going to go ahead and check it, because I did tilt it a little bit. Alright, so we are at the add mark, so it does need oil in it. So that's good, because we are doing an oil change. So you can just tip this over, just like I'm doing. So I let the lawnmower run for about 5 minutes. That'll heat up your oil, make it a little thinner. You can add a little sea foam to it while it's running, just to clean that up a little bit inside. Then go ahead and tilt it over and drain their oil. Now while you got it over like this is a good time to clean underneath your deck and to take that blade off and go sharpen it. Change out the gears, plastic gears in there get all chewed up or whatever, and now we got it back here changing the oil. So that's about done there. Well, alright, so when you're draining your oil, this is a good time to clean out underneath your deck, because you got the mower tipped up and you can see all the buildup here. That is quite intense of some buildup going on. So fellers, clean your deck. There's nothing like having a good clean deck. So this is your transmission. Let's see what's going on here with this, all this buildup on here going on, and something wrapped around it. So good time to clean all that off, get everything working good. Take your blade off. I think if I grab the right socket here, this should be like a 5/8, so you'll be able to get your blade off with that and sharpen that while you're down here. So let me get at it. We'll scrape this off as good as I can for now and clean this up a little bit, get that blade off and sharpen it up. So you can see some of this buildup here. I just wanted to let you see this and see how much is down there and falling off. So yeah guys, there's nothing like having a good clean deck, and your lady will like it also. Next, to sharpen the blade. So we got the blade off and it's looking pretty good, so we're just going to touch it up a little bit. Alright, so I got my blade over here on the paint stand. If you guys don't have one of these paint stands, you can get them free when those election signs getting taken down. Just bend that up right there, and it's awesome for holding your items that you need to paint with. So we got that looking good there. Here comes a train, and you can hear that in the background. So we're getting that all cleaned out. Goes a race motorcycle. So got your blade, we got that all cleaned out there pretty good. We do have to wash it up here, but let me go ahead and throw the blade back on it. Get that blade all nice and tightened up there. Clean that carburetor, because it did take like 6 or 7 pulls to get it started, so we want to get that fresh so it's on at least 1 or 2 pulls. Stay tuned, because we're going to make this mower look like it's new. So then we're going to take our air filter, We're going to clean all this out, blow that off. Take our bowl off, just make sure that's all nice and clean in there. A little bit of debris in there, so we're going to clean that out just so it runs a little smoother. Alright, your bowl's looking good. Go ahead and clean some of that off of there if you see any debris on the float. And your bowl nut, that is a 13 millimeter. And then if you happen to have one of these bowl nuts that has the jet in there, just make sure that's all nice and clean before you put it back in. So right there on the side of it, there's a little hole. So if you're getting some surging, or you're getting starting on starter fluid or not, you want to pull this off, clean that jet right there. It's probably your problem. Then we're going to go ahead and pull out the spark plug, give that a good cleaning, and probably don't have to replace it because it is starting pretty good. So we'll just get it all nice and cleaned up. And that is a 13/16 to get this loose. Yeah, it's a little dark, so we'll get that all nice and cleaned up for him. There you go, that looks a lot better. And make sure that gap is right at 30. So I just went and made sure that we're on there. So we're good on that. Let's put her back in there. You always want to hand thread these. Don't try to do them with the power tool, because you don't want to cross thread them. So there we go. Then let's just tighten that up. See how much blowing this off makes it look like it's brand new again. Let's go ahead and pull our fuel clamp off. Forgot, I already put the bowl back on it. So nice and tight. So let's go take it over and wash her up. We got to do something about this sticker here. See if we can get that off. See if we can't find him a new sticker. Sorry, Sylvania Mowing Center. Hey guys, we got that Toro Recycler all cleaned up. Oil change, blade sharpened, the self-propelled wheels fixed on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Alright, our personal pace self-propelled system is all good. Nice and clean. We got the nice new wheels on it. Look how those front ones turned out. Almost like brand new compared to what they were. And we got rid of that other mower sticker. And look what we got on there, baby. Woohoo! That's how you do it right there. Guys, thanks for joining me. This is Rich's Mowers and Blowers. Psh. Hey, hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Hit that bell icon, get notified every time I put out a new video. And we'll see you next time.